Welcome back, students. Welcome to biology classes. Today we are going to see 11th science biology and we will be resuming the chapter 13, that is photosynthesis in higher plants. We have already covered almost all the topics and yet today we are going to see the last topic of this chapter, and that is photorespiration. If you wish to check my previous videos of this chapter, then you can check my YouTube channel for it. So, photorespiration. So, it is a process in which light dependent process, right? That is this process, that is photorespiration, that occurs in the presence of light only, right? For this reason, it is said to be the light dependent process, right? And here in photorespiration, oxygenation of RUBP takes place and release of carbon dioxide by photosynthetic organs of plants, right? So in photorespiration, right, with the help of the light, the oxygenation of RUBP takes place, and along with this, the carbon dioxide is released out by the plants, right? Now, the photorespiration decreases the rate of photosynthesis when oxygen concentration is increased from 2 to 3% to 21%. See, normally this photorespiration, see, along if the photosynthesis rate, right, if it depends, this photorespiration depends on the rate of photosynthesis, because this photosynthesis just way like photorespiration occurs in the presence of light, that is also a light dependent process. So for this reason, photorespiration decreases the rate of photosynthesis, right? So none another, when the photosynthesis rate is decreased, photorespiration is also decreased. So this reason is that when the photorespiration takes place, at that moment the decrease in photosynthesis is observed, right? Because when oxygen concentration is increased, because see, when the rate of photosynthesis decreases, the oxygen concentration is increased, right? And it increased to 2 to 3% to 21%, right? So there is a increase in oxygen which is observed, right? And that is due to the decrease in the rate of photosynthesis, right? Now, presence of light and higher concentration of oxygen results in the binding of Rubisco enzyme with oxygen to form the PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, plus the phosphoglycolate, right? So when there is presence of light, right, and if more and more concentration of oxygen is present, so at that time the enzyme binds with the oxygen, that is the Rubisco enzyme, because here we are undergoing the process of oxygenation of RUBP, that is ribulose base phosphate, right? So that oxygenation of RUBP occurs in the presence of light, right? And here it binds with uh, the Rubisco enzyme, that is RUBP carboxylase, right? So that Rubisco enzyme combines with the oxygen, right? Because when there is presence of light and higher amount of oxygen, at that time this Rubisco enzyme has the ability that it can bind with the oxygen molecule, and upon the fusion of the Rubisco enzyme and oxygen, the PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, is formed, and along with that phosphoglycolate is also formed. So this pathway involves three organelles. The first is chloroplast, second is peroxisome, and the third is mitochondria. This can be asked in MCQ, that which are the organelles which are involved in the photorespiration pathway. So that is chloroplast, peroxisome, and mitochondria. Now, this photorespiration only takes place in the C3 plants, that is the plants which are not showing the Krebs anatomy, right? And right, so this photorespiration does not occur in the C4 plants, right? It occurs in the C3 plants only, right? So this C4 plants which are showing the Krebs anatomy, in those type of plants, the photorespiration does not take place. Next is, now we are going to see the difference between the C3 plant and the C4 plants, right? So the first difference is in C3 plants, the leaves do not have Crane's anatomy, as I said it in the previous line only, right? So the C3 plants does not show the Crane's anatomy, while the C4 plants, they show the Crane's anatomy. And the Crane's anatomy is what? The presence of the bundle sheath cells around the vascular bundle, right? So that is what Crane's anatomy. So this is not seen. The bundle sheath cells is not seen in the C3 plants while they are observed in the C4 plants. Next, in the C3 plants, the photorespiration occurs, while in C4 plants, the photorespiration does not occur. Next is in C3 plants, Rubisco is the first acceptor of carbon dioxide, while in C4 plants, phosphoenol pyruvate is the first acceptor of carbon dioxide. See, in C3 plant, that is in the Calvin cycle, the Ruby's coenzyme is the first one to accept the carbon dioxide. For this reason, this is the measure, one of the difference which is observed in the C3 plants. But while in the C4 plants, which is undergoing the Hertzsprung pathway, in this, the first acceptor of CO2 is the phosphoenol pyruvate. So phosphoenol pyruvate is the one who is going to accept the CO2 for the first time, right? Next is in C3 plants, the PGA is the first stable product. PGA, that is phosphoglyceraldehyde, right? So this phosphoglyceraldehyde is the first stable product, which is a 3-carbon compound. And for this reason, this is seen in the C3 plants, which is undergoing the Calvin cycle. While in the C4 plants, as the first stable product is OAA, that is oxaloacetic acid, and for this reason the Hertzsprung pathway is formed, right? And here for this reason this type of oxaloacetic acid, a 4-carbon compound is there. For this reason, as the first stable product is a 4-carbon compound, this is seen in C4 plants, right? Next is the plants are adapted by to all climates, but that is the C3 plants, right? While the C4 plants, they are adapted to tropical climate only. So C3 plants, they are adapted to all the climates which are present on in the environment, right? While the C4 plants, they are adapted to the tropical climate. Within other different climates, they cannot properly survive, right? And the last difference is that in C3 plants, mesophyll cells perform complete photosynthesis, while in C4 plants, mesophyll cells perform only initial fixation, right? See, in C3 plants, right, as there is no Crane's anatomy, right, for this reason, the mesophyll cells are only going to perform the photosynthesis, because the mesophyll cells are the ones who are going to directly get exposed to the sunlight, right? And for this reason, these cells are only responsible for performing the complete photosynthesis. But while we are talking about C4 plants, the mesophyll cells just only do the initial fixation, right? Because there is also presence of Crane's anatomy, and this leads to when the Calvin cycle, the CO2 has been passed with the help of the mesophyll cells. So from mesophyll cells, first they pass to the bundle sheath cells, and after that it reaches or it goes into the Calvin cycle, right? So this is the differences which are observed in the C3 and C4 plants. This question can be asked in 2 marks also, right? Next is, now we are going to see what are the factors which are affecting photosynthesis, right? We have seen the photosynthesis in detail, and what are the reactions, what are the pathways, what are the cycles which are involved in the photosynthesis, right? But now we are going to see that what are the factors which are affecting the photosynthesis, that which are the factors that affects the photosynthesis, that does not allow the photosynthesis to occur in a proper manner, right? So there are 4. First is light, second is carbon dioxide, third is temperature, and the fourth is water. So we'll be seeing 4 of them in detail, right? So light, as you know that photosynthesis is a light dependent process, right? And for this reason, if more amount of light is present, then the rate of photosynthesis increases. But if the light is present in a limited amount, right, then the photosynthesis rate will be decreased. So as light intensity increases, right? So when the light intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis also increases, and until the light saturation point, that is up till the light at which its saturation point lies, up till that the photosynthesis rate can be increased. So more the light intensity, or we can say more the intensity of the light, more or rate of the photosynthesis is more. So if you want to tell that what are the factors, so first is light. If proper amount of light is present, then the proper amount of photosynthesis will take place. But if the intensity of light is not proper, then the photosynthesis rate can also be fluctuated, right? So this is about the first factor. Second factor says about the carbon dioxide concentration, right? So now you know that for carrying out or for the occurrence of photosynthesis, right, three things is very necessary. The first is sunlight, second is the carbon dioxide, and the third is the water. So with the presence or in the presence of these three things, then and then only proper photosynthesis can take place. So when we are talking about the carbon dioxide concentration, so when again, if there will be an increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide, then the rate of photosynthesis will increase till the compensation point. So here also, if the increased amount of carbon dioxide is present, then more amount of photosynthesis occurs. But if less concentration of carbon dioxide is present, then less amount of photosynthesis will take place, right? And there will be some fluctuations which will be observed upon the scarcity of the carbon dioxide, right? So this is about the second factor, and that is carbon dioxide concentration, right? Third is the temperature, right? Even temperature plays a very important role in photosynthesis, right? So it does not influence the rate of photosynthesis directly. So as I said that three things are very important, that is light, carbon dioxide and water. But along with this also, the temperature is not directly influencing the rate of reaction, right, or the rate of photosynthesis, but it is indirectly connected with the process of photosynthesis, right? Because at higher temperatures, the enzyme activity is inhibited due to denaturation of enzyme, which affect the dark reaction, right? So here, when we are talking about the temperature, right, this temperature factor, it is not directly influencing the photosynthesis, but as you know that enzymes are running, or enzymes are playing a major role in this process. So at this moment, what happens is the temperature when increases at that time, as you know that the enzymes are protein in nature, right? So all enzymes are protein in nature. So when the temperature is increased at that time, the enzyme, that is the proteins, they get denatured, and this way the enzymes cannot play its role, or they cannot perform its function, and which results in the lower amount or lower rate of the photosynthesis, right? So temperature is indirectly affecting the photosynthesis also. So if more amount or increased amount of temperature is there, then the rate of photosynthesis will be less. Due to the higher temperatures, the enzyme activity gets slower down, and as they are protein in nature, they get denatured, and this leads to the stopping of the, or we can say it affects the dark reaction processes, right? So this is about the third factor. The fourth factor is about water. So even water plays a very important role, right? So if the water is present in more amount of, right, if increased water content is there, then the rate of photosynthesis does not increase proportionally, as after saturation no more water is required during photosynthesis. See, none another, light increases, then photosynthesis increases, carbon dioxide increase, then also like photosynthesis increase. But due to increase in amount of water, rate of photosynthesis does not increase, right? So it is quite different than the light and carbon dioxide concentration, that here if the amount of water increases, then it is not necessary that the rate of photosynthesis also increased, right? But once it reaches its saturation point, right, after then no more water is able to be or is being utilized in the process of photosynthesis. It needs a required amount of water. If proper amount of water will be present, then the rate of photosynthesis will be proper. But if less water is present, then it can affect the rate of photosynthesis, right? So these are the four different factors which are affecting the photosynthesis process, right? So that is light, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature, and water, right? And the next is the Blackman's law of limiting factors states, right? So this can be asked in 2 marks, that what is the Blackman's law, right? So this Blackman's law of limiting factor states that if a chemical process is affected by more than one factor, then its rate will be determined by the factor which is nearest to its minimal value, and it is the factor which directly affects the process of its quantity is change, right? So here the Blackman's law of limiting factor says that when a chemical process is taking place, right, and if this chemical process is being affected by more than one factor, as we saw for the photosynthesis, right, then here you can see four factors, that is more than one factor, right? So if a chemical process is affected by more than one factor, then its rate can be determined by the factor which is nearest to its minimal value. So whichever is the nearest minimal value, that is going to determine the exact rate of photosynthesis. So we cannot say that yes, only light is responsible, or only carbon dioxide concentration or water or temperature is responsible for the rate of reaction. This is the balance, right? The light, CO2, water, as well as temperature, this all should be in a proper manner. Then and then only the rate of photosynthesis can be achieved in a proper manner, right? And this factor which directly affects the process if its quantity is changed. So if you are increasing or decreasing any of the factor, right, then also if more amount of light is there, but in accordance with that, if carbon dioxide concentration is less, then also the rate of photosynthesis is affected. So all the four factors, they all should be present in a proper manner. Then and then only the whole process of photosynthesis will occur at a proper rate, and they will be giving proper amount of product, right? Once the photosynthesis takes place, and after that what happens is the all the food material which is being produced by the plants, they are being stored inside the plant's body in the in the form of starch, right? And here we complete this chapter, and I hope you are very clear, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.